Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien and Bubba here on Saturday, August 17th already. Wow. Going to be a hot day in Atlanta, about 96 degrees, maybe index, maybe 100 or so. They haven't put an advisory up. They took that down the other day, but it could have fun today. Anyway, this is a favorite note to my favorite kindred spirit, Patriot Nurse. So here it goes. Dear Nursey, I like your new videos you put out there, especially the ones on medicine and the ones on vaccination. Some of it is done for money, and you know that. Some of it you need, some of it, well, you could do without, but they don't tell you which ones are the good ones and which ones are the bad ones because they're in it for the money. Just like they're not in it for cures, they're in it for treatment and get as much on their money before their patent runs out. You know all that, right? But here, I wanted to tell you something different here. I know you're doing the preppers here and preparing them for doomsday. But aren't you perpetuating the same problem that you're trying to avoid? Because the preppers are going to be either watermelon Democrats, growing old people, otherwise known as the GOP, independents or Green Party, with their own little things, or you may have AOC, Omar, and Alib sneaking in on the back. They like to sneak in. So why don't you set up something similar to what my race did over 1,000 years ago? To give you an example, my ancestral planet was kind of similar to yours. We were a humanoid race like you. A little difference. We lived longer. Our year was shorter. Our planet was a little smaller uh, than you by about 500 miles. Our year, in your terms, would have been 335 days. That would have been our year. Our day was a little shorter, 22 and a half. 22 hours, 30 minutes by your time table here. But anyway, what I'm saying is, we had the same problems that you did. We had 4 continents, none of them ice. They were all there. Our water density was 66% versus your 70. So we had more landmass. We didn't have many islands. We had some, but our continents were there. We somehow didn't have your plate tectonics that you guys got here for some reason. But anyway, but the people that lived there, I mean, our largest continent was, if you put North and Central America together and slap in Europe, that was our largest continent. And that continent had three, eventually, it settled down to three territorial entities, like the United States, Canada, and Mexico, if you put those in three. Well, the other continents, they had numerous over there, and they would have boats, and come in the ocean and sneak in any way which way they could in any of these territories. Well, it got to the point that one of our territories uh, got to be like the U.S. big. The other ones did not. So they had overpopulation based on what they had here. In the territory that we had, like the United States, let a whole bunch in and told them that they could live their lives as they saw fit. Wrong mistake. Because they brought Tom, Dick, and Harry, and they brought everybody under the sun with their own beliefs. Messed up the system big time. By the time we left, the system was so messed up that nothing worked. Government, medical system, everything was falling apart. So they started to go into different areas that would take over. And when you have a government that's that big, and you have people like your preppers taking over here, and you're ruling here because you got the guns, well, but unfortunately they had higher, uh, their knowledge of stuff was a little higher than yours. You guys got guns and you got primitive, rudimentary atomic power. Well, they had phase weapons and antimatter energy, which ran everything. You can imagine how that does. And everybody wanted to, that was like gold to you guys. Woohoo! I want this. So when we left, like I said, we started with 25 people, and when we left, we had 500,000. And those 500,000 grew to about 105 million. That's all that's left of our ancestral planet, 105 million. And we got a population of 17 billion in our federation. 105 billion is all we have left. All the others are from other systems. But they couldn't sit down to resolve their differences. Something that 25 people, they sat down and said, well, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this is what we're going to form. And their form of government has survived for over a millennia, going on 1,300 and some years, or 1,400 and some years already there. So, and we made some little changes here and there, but I would say about 90% of what they had, we still have. Can't say that about the Americans. So this is what I'm saying, Nursey. Why don't you set up with some of your preppers and some of the other people that are out there and see what kind of system you want to set up before it's too late? Because you're going to need help when the bad boys come. But you got to have a system set up, because you didn't. And you were easy pickings. It was like the one guy that I told you, who was 80 years old, and he said he knew you. And he said, quote, it was like a turkey shoot by the Muska. So, and believe me, you don't want to see a turkey shoot. Anyway, let me know, okay? This is your favorite alien, and Bubba saying good day. Have a nice weekend.